Imagine standing by the River Thames nearly 1,000 years ago. The land is wild, the kingdom is young, and a brand new king named William the Conqueror is looking for a stronghold. He chooses a hilltop, builds a wooden fortress, and unknowingly plants the seed for what would become one of the most famous castles in the world, Windsor Castle. At first, it's a simple defense post. But stone replaces wood, towers rise higher, and kings begin to shape it into something far greater. Henry II strengthens it with thick walls. Then Edward III, who was actually born there, dreams bigger. He expands Windsor, turning it into not just a fortress, but a palace of majesty. He even creates the Order of the Garter, Britain's oldest and most prestigious order of knighthood, whose ceremonies still unfold inside St. George's Chapel today. But Windsor isn't just a place of pageantry. It's also been a witness to chaos. During the English Civil War in the 1600s, the castle is captured by Parliament's forces and becomes the prison of none other than King Charles I, who would later be executed. Yet Windsor survives, scarred but standing. Then comes Charles II, the king who loves luxury. Inspired by the glittering palaces of France, he transforms Windsor into a royal retreat filled with elegance and beauty. Centuries roll on. Queen Victoria makes Windsor her sanctuary, a place of family life and deep personal moments. During World War II, as bombs fell on London, Windsor becomes a safe haven for young Princess Elizabeth and her sister Margaret. It's here, in the castle's halls, that the future queen spends much of her youth. And in modern times, Queen Elizabeth II finds comfort in Windsor, calling it her home for much of her reign. Even in the 21st century, Windsor Castle remains the beating heart of royal tradition. Now, let's shift the scene to London, about 20 miles away. Here stands another royal icon, Buckingham Palace. But it didn't begin as a palace at all. Back in 1703, it was just Buckingham House, a townhouse built for the Duke of Buckingham. A nice home, yes, but hardly the center of royal power. That changed when King George III bought it in 1761 for his wife, Queen Charlotte. To her, it was simply a family residence. But George IV had grander visions. He wanted to turn the modest house into a royal palace worthy of kings. He hired architect John Nash, who gave the building its grand neoclassical look, with sweeping columns and ornate facades. By the time Queen Victoria came to the throne in 1837, Buckingham Palace was ready for a new chapter. Victoria moved in, making it the official London residence of the monarch. From that moment, Buckingham became the stage for history, state banquets, royal weddings, and balcony appearances that drew massive crowds. But Buckingham has known hardship too. During World War II, bombs damaged the palace. Yet King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, refused to leave. They stayed in London, standing with their people during the darkest hours of the Blitz. This act of solidarity earned them deep respect, and the palace itself became a symbol of resilience. In the decades that followed, Buckingham Palace grew into a global symbol of monarchy. Think of the balcony appearances, weddings, jubilees, and national celebrations, where the royal family waves to crowds gathered below. Those moments, captured on camera and broadcast worldwide, turned Buckingham into not just a palace, but a stage of national unity. Today, Buckingham Palace remains the administrative heart of the monarchy, where official receptions and meetings with world leaders take place. Meanwhile, Windsor Castle continues as a family home, a place of tradition, and the setting for centuries-old ceremonies. Together, these two great residences, Windsor Castle, with its 1,000 years of history, and Buckingham Palace, with its role as the modern royal stage, tell the story of Britain itself. One represents endurance and heritage, the other ceremony and public life. And both continue to stand as living symbols of a monarchy that has adapted, survived, and thrived through the ages. So the next time you see the waving royals on Buckingham's balcony or the ancient stone towers of Windsor rising above the Thames, remember, you're not just looking at buildings. You're looking at nearly a millennium of history, tradition, and the story of a nation told through walls of stone and halls of ceremony.